Hello and welcome everyone back to another Calendar Crypto video. Hope you guys are having a great day so far and hopefully have had a great Christmas as well. Today we're going to be going over the latest and greatest of PulseChain news. Guys, this is what you subscribed here for at the end of the day. What do you know that 99% of other crypto investors and traders do not know? For that key information asymmetry. Thank you much for tuning in and thank you for all the support. I read all your comments. And today we're going to start off with a message from Richard Hart for us, preparing us for 2025 for PulseChain, Hex, and PulseX. It's a beautiful podcast. I suggest everyone to watch it. I'm going to leave all that link in the description. But if you are busy, I'm going to go over the summary that I've created here that he basically talks throughout that 1 hour. I'm going to highlight a few of the quotes and main talking points that he talked about. So number one, celebration and support. Richard Hart wishes his community well for the holidays, acknowledging that the season can be difficult for some. He expresses pride in their achievements and dedicates himself for their well-being, which also I want to refer to this quote that he confidently stated, "I've never been safer. I've never been more secure. I'm as bulletproof as I could possibly be. I have not a worry in the world." Guys, this gives us all the confidence that we need to know, because of course he's hinting about the whole Interpol situation. Everyone wants to know, hey, are you safe? Are you okay? People are fearful, right? And at the end of the day, guys, I just want to say, God forbid, of course, nothing happens to Richard Hart being jailed or fined. Nothing will happen to PulseChain. After he deployed it, that is it, guys. That's part of the whole consensus mechanism of a blockchain, right? A layer one fork, is that it is autonomous. We have 45,000 validators actually adding the blocks to the blockchain, nothing to do with Richard Hart. Okay, so think about it that way. They cannot shut down PulseChain at all. So this is good. But in terms of him mentioning, could be a difficult time for some. Obviously, he probably could be talking about another thing, but I just want to generally look over the market. It has been bloody the past day and more, and that is exactly reflected in the main crypto market as well. So I just want to let you guys know, this is December. It's a time of holidays. People like you and I probably not spending as much time in front of the screen. This is why I haven't really made a video yesterday. Well, I've actually been busy doing other stuff, really, not taking free time. Well, I'm enjoying what I'm doing either way. But do remember, this is December, but at the end of the day, don't forget 2025. It is going to be foolish of someone to lose hope or to act emotionally on their bags, turn their, maybe potential losses to realized losses. Knowing the fact that, hey, we've had stars aligned. We've been in a bear market for 3 years. Of course, we're going to have a bull one. It's a cyclical nature. It's a pendulum swing. There's always going to be a bull one that's followed by a bear market. And it is about time. All my members who have watched my exclusive members videos know and understand the different metrics, the different indicators that leads to this. I've talked about this a lot as well. So if you are actually a long-time viewer, you probably know what I'm talking about. It is not just the Bitcoin happening, of course. But going back to it, let us stay on course with what we need to talk about. Counterparty risk. And exchange safety. He emphasizes minimizing risk when using exchanges. 100%, guys. Do remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Recommending smaller, more frequent transactions to reduce exposure. Freedom and decentralization. Hart champions free speech, movement, and open source software as essential for a better world. He criticizes censorship, government overreach, and the abuse of power by centralized entities. 100%. Obviously referring to probably, again, Interpol and or the SEC. The superiority of Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. He highlights the flawless operation, low fees, and innovative features of his projects, arguing they are better than Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I do agree, guys. Okay, as I mentioned, we have 45,000 validators compared to Solana that has 3,400. We have 10-second block time speeds, 78% quicker than Ethereum. We're 1,000x cheaper gas fees than Ethereum, right? Bitcoin, guys, it kind of has a centralization issue. 15 miners that represent 0.1% of the miners, of all miners in crypto, in blockchain, actually has 50% of the mining capacity. That is not great. Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be a 51% attack, but it does put things into perspective. But on top of the fact that it is a proof of work, right? It is not that environmentally friendly, like Richard Hart talks about it. But in my opinion, guys, I'm not too fussed about Bitcoin mining if it's too expensive on electricity, because hey, if you have the money to pay for the electricity, good for you. You're going to be making yield, right? But it is still a great point, obviously, in terms of like scalability and stuff like that. I still do think Bitcoin will always be number one, but it doesn't mean that we should not think about PulseChain being the top three. I think being the top three, with Ethereum obviously always staying at top two, the digital oil, right? Never outshine the master. I think PulseChain has a lot of room for growth. We are a $1 billion market cap, guys. Like, put that into perspective, a $1 billion market cap. At the same time, we're actually top 5 in all chain rankings by TVL. So put the TVL to the market cap ratio. We're doing really great, because at the end of the day, guys, what does actually matter is the liquidity. That's the real dollar value. Market cap can be inflated. Okay, so we are doing well for a gate-kept, matrix-attacked blockchain. Guys, wake up. You look at the market that's red, you're fearful. Don't act emotionally on your bags. Do you understand this? This is what Richard Hart said. Guys, volatility is the price that you pay for holding one of the world's best assets. So keep that in mind. We never said it's going to be an easy path, guys. Okay, so really believe, have conviction of what you hold. Okay, because if the price goes down and now you're seeing, starting to be doubtful, maybe you're not holding the right tokens. Okay, but for me, of course, guys, I've been holding these for a year plus, and this doesn't faze me. Okay, I'm 50x plus, I'm 100x plus in some of those tokens, and I haven't even taken any profits. I believe, guys, it is way too soon. It would be too foolish of me to take any profits. Okay, it would be too foolish of me as well to sell on a negative to realize my losses. No, we know that the stars have aligned in 2025. So anyways, going back to it, community action and spreading the word. Hart encourages his community to spread awareness about Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX through direct mail and other uncensored methods. And obviously, I think he mentioned here, it's basically direct mail, he's just talking about there's no middleman. It doesn't get, censored like sometimes the YouTube algorithm, etc., etc. But yeah, going over to other key points that he's talking about. Hex has its 5th year anniversary. PulseChain advantages. He highlights the advantages of PulseChain over Ethereum, including faster blocks, as I mentioned, right? Lower gas fees, low inflation. And actually, Pulse has been deflationary, hyper deflationary. I'll show you that quickly as well here. If you scroll down to apex.win, you can see that recently we've actually become deflationary. Pulse has been burning more than it's been issuing, because usually in these days where you can see the gray histogram, it's actually inflating slightly to pay off the validators, right? That's their incentive. Thank you very much for their service, right? But because of the volume that we've been having, increasing volume, we've been outweighing the issuing of Pulse. So this is absolutely crazy. We've broken the all-time high of amount of Pulse burnt in a single day, even above, guys, in the first days of the PulseChain launch. This is huge. This is really, really huge. Okay, so yeah, this is good news, guys. Going back to cryptocurrency as secure speech. Hart argues that cryptocurrency is protected by the First Amendment. That is correct, as a form of secure speech and publishing. Criticism of the SEC. He criticizes the SEC for overreach, censorship, and hindering progress in the cryptocurrency space. He mentions the SEC's lawsuit against him and his projects. And it's funny because he also said like how they're spending too much time going after people for breaking rules and stuff when they're not even spending enough time securing their own social medias, because their Twitter got hacked because they didn't even sign up for the multi-factor authentication. Like, they start looking like fools. They don't even understand crypto, and they're going after people for breaking unwritten rules. It's crazy, guys. It is crazy. So I'm glad that Donald Trump is finally going to be back in the White House. Hopefully it's going to be a major overhaul for the whole SEC. Imagine replacing that chairman with a pro-crypto, guys, with a pro-crypto leader of the SEC. That's crazy. That's really crazy. A lot of things to look forward to, guys. I'm very optimistic about 2025, and that's what I want to push towards in all my videos. Always be optimistic. You know what I mean? Just don't be pessimistic. Just be optimistic at the end of the day. We've gone through so much worse. Okay, especially Hexicans, minus 99%. Talk about the strongest cult, strongest community. This is where I want to be. Okay, with a community that's thriving during the bear market, that's becoming stronger and stronger during the bear market, guys. It's crazy. And then, yeah, motion to dismiss. He obviously expressed optimism. Hopefully we hear, I think, guys, we're going to hear a reply from the judge, Judge Carroll, by any time in January. Okay, any time in January. And I think hopefully it's going to get dismissed based on no jurisdiction. So I'm really, really confident. Examples of government overreach. He cites examples like Tornado Cash sanctions. And thankfully, I'll show you guys a piece of news here where that got overturned. And the DEA seizing money at airports. Support for Samurai Wallet and Tornado Cash developers. So unfortunately here, yeah, Samurai Wallet got shut down. I have another piece of news for that. We'll see. He encourages donations to support the legal defense of developers who are facing charges for writing code. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy. The power of decentralization system. Hart emphasizes the power of decentralized systems like Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX to bypass traditional financial systems and provide better user experiences. The importance of community overreach. So of course, I'm doing my part, for example, of the community to, make videos, have people like you guys who are either new in PulseChain or just generally want to stay up to date. Hopefully these are increasing your confidence in PulseChain. That's the end of the day. That's what I want to do. And at the same time, educating you guys, something that you didn't know about crypto. Hopefully you're learning it by, watching my videos. So yeah, here's some interesting quotes that he said. If you want the world to be a better place, you have to make it better yourself. And if you want people to do better, you've got to show them what doing better looks like. Like, look at this, man. This is my founder. Honestly, this is my founder. How can this man, guys, a retired billionaire, self-made billionaire, in 2023, he retired, started mining Bitcoin when it was like 50 cents. He's not doing this for money. It's so clear. He cares a lot about people. He wants to build a legacy, guys. He already minted thousands of millionaires. He literally wants to do that again, guys, again. Wow. I'm a big proponent of freedom of speech and freedom of movement. I believe there are rights guaranteed to you by the Constitution of the United States of America and by the Charter of Human Rights from United Nations. Blockchains are here to remove the middleman. And if you've got a single sequencer, well, that's the middleman, and begging middleman for your stuff sucks. You know that's why crypto was invented. Hart believes that PulseChain, along with PulseX Hex, represents a realization of Satoshi's vision by eliminating middlemen. That is 100% facts. That is facts. So that is basically the summary, guys. I hope you guys appreciate the summary. Let me know if you want me, to carry on doing stuff like this. But I still recommend watching that podcast. He talks a lot about other things in general in crypto, giving advice. Like, guys, this guy knows a lot about Bitcoin than any other developer, any other builder out there. I think he knows more about Bitcoin than Vitalik himself. But before we move on, big thank you to all the YouTube members, all the new YouTube members as well. Thank you very much for choosing to support me. Highlight the comments. Great info. Thanks. Got my bags packed. PulseX, Hex, INC, and PDAI. Great portfolio there. Awesome video. Merry Christmas. And of course, I hope you guys had a great Christmas as well, and great holidays. So going over the next piece of news I wanted to talk about here. Anonymous message. I get so angry seeing how mistreated Richard Hart is. Then I realized that even they can get a better entry than sacrifices. I'd give anything for us to wake up to 1000x overnight and stay there. Yes, yes, many would sell. So not a single hater gets a good entry and only the true believers get rich. And guys, let me tell you, we will reach a day where this is true. Okay, not necessarily 1000x, but I'm just saying we will reach a day where this is true. Okay, we have so many chances where we've even been listed on Maxi, where you have retail investors, because I think Maxi has around, millions per week using their decentralized exchange. They've had chances, guys. They've definitely had chances. And now, actually, speaking of Maxi, which is crazy, man, to me. Seriously, Maxi abandoning the PulseChain community by delisting Pulse is a massive slap in the face to all the people that contributed their hard-earned money to pay their outrageous and predatory listing fee. and God knows how much that was. I'm pretty sure it was over 150K if I remember. I think, yeah, probably over than that. And then here, Nuclear Herbs, shout out to the man. 9 months before Trump was elected, the entire mainstream media was 100% convinced he was going to jail and telling anyone who thought otherwise how stupid they were. We are having the same vibes, 100% as facts. And then here, how does the FUD of PulseChain compare to the early days of Hex? I'm interested to hear from those that were around in the early days of Hex. Seems like it's been worse off now with being gatekept, lawsuit, Interpol's wanted list. Yeah, if you really think about it, by the way, we've actually had every single type of FUD thrown at us. I don't think it can get any worse from here on out. Richard Hart, the CEO, which by the way, he's not the CEO of PulseChain. Stop saying that. PulseChain doesn't have a CEO. He's in the most wanted list. Okay, we've been attacked by the SEC. We've gotten delisted from centralized exchanges. You know what I mean? Like, we've had it all, guys. People calling us a scam. It's crazy. You know, we've had minus 99% on Hex, which is crazy. Do you know why? Because actually, when you look at the launch price, EHEX is still 100x from launch price. So there's that as well. That puts it into perspective. The FUD is way more painful and worse for a long time now. However, there is less risk now due to the community being present. The risk is still high to give big reward, but it's lesser risk factor compared to the early Hex, the EHEX, legacy Hex. In the early Hex days, you needed to literally trust blind faith that Richard Hart would not extract value and disappear. This explains why Hex did a 10,000x return and they deserved it. 100%, that makes sense. This also makes sense because, I'm not going to expect PHEX to do a 10,000x, which by the way, 10,000x for EHEX from all-time low would be around a $35 price target. I think we're going to be anywhere, my not financial advice predictions will be anywhere from $2 to $3.69. Okay. And I think if it reached the $3.50 mark, that's going to be a 1000x from the bottom. And I think that is within the realms, it's aspirational, but I like to keep it conservative. I'm expecting, $2, I'd say I'd be very, very happy that it's going to be a successful story, but yeah, moving on. An address with a balance of 13 million USDT has just been frozen. Guys, this is why I'm telling you, being in PulseChain, we solve this. We have PDAI, the People's DAI. And look at this clip. I love this clip from DAI on PulseChain. Look at this. USDC spare key. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. Your wallet has a spare key from the owner that sold it to you. Talk about being centralized. Look at this. And then PDAI, no spare keys. Simple, guys, simple. This is why we love PDAI. This is why Richard Hart loves as well DAI, because it doesn't have this. DAI is obviously run by a decentralized autonomous organization. Richard Hart, he wanted to further make DAI more centralized, more decentralized by, obviously doing the whole ERC20 clone on PulseChain, effectively taking away the admin keys now. So it's even more safer. It's crazy. The only difference, right? The only difference is that with this stablecoin, we started with the thick supply and now we're slowly moving to the pegging, as opposed to how usually those stablecoins, once they launch, how they work. They start with zero supply and they're at the pegging, and then the supply slowly starts to build up. But we're at the opposite side. So, it's crazy because imagine now you go to your friends, you tell them, oh yeah, I made 100x or I made a 50x from a stablecoin. Never been done before, only possible here in PulseChain. This is an amazing narrative. Whether you believe Richard Hart or not is behind this. This is still a crazy onboarding narrative. Okay, whether you believe it or not, fair enough. So yeah, moving on. This is a short clip. Usually I don't really open YouTube Shorts here, but I found this, which, this is actually kind of a good sign because I've never passed by anything to do with Richard Hart content on YouTube Shorts, and this one has around, I think, 30k views, which is pretty decent. So I was thinking, should I make YouTube Shorts? But look at this clip. This is a really beautiful clip.
And we're just winning the game. I mean, you look at these sacrifice addresses for PulseChain and PulseX, and they've got over $650 million of stablecoins sitting in there. Now, isn't that funny? Stablecoins during the bear market. Genius. And
I love it. Two things he said there, guys. Stable coins. He said it way too many times. He's talking about PDAI. Hold on. No, I'm stretching it there. But no, he's talking about the sacrifice funds. You can see right now, obviously, because Ethereum's, guys, I'm not gonna lie, Ethereum is doing, it's not doing as good. It needs to really pull itself up. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is doing quite well. But obviously, all this it's just a matter of time, really. I'm not being, I don't like to be short-term price oriented. So all I know is that Ethereum is going to do well. My price target is still 7,000, 10,000, and hopefully aspirational 15,000. I'm not going to bet the house on it. And of course, the fact that it goes to 10,000 is bullish for us being in altcoins in general. And of course, the fact that we are a direct leverage of Ethereum because we have 171,000 Ethereum longing so that Rich Art does the same strategy that he did with EHEX. It's quite simple. And then now look, there's a clip of him literally bragging about the sacrifice funds. It's so obvious that he's probably going to use it as buyback power to inject it within PulseChain in the Richard Hart core token. I prefer him to use this strategy than paying off, those disingenuous influencers to keep talking about PulseChain in a weird way where they're selling behind your back. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I've seen it where really big YouTubers would make a video about a project, wait a few hours so that they can sell. They would hold off their sells just so that they can sell it after making a video on it. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, man. Yeah, God forbid, man. This is why I'm telling you here in PulseChain, we do not have a JIT problem, and this is a great segue to talk about this tweet. A JIT problem like Solana, the top 10 worst celebrity meme coins of 2024, guys. Basically, 10 out of 10 of them, I'm confident that all of them were launched in Solana. Here, French Montana. This one was on base. Okay, fair enough. On base, packed with insiders, crazy. And then here, Davido followed a series of failed cryptocurrency ventures. Nigerian music star Davido launched a Davido on May 19th. 4% of the token was bundled and has since dropped to 99.6%. Caitlyn Jenner suddenly fell in love with crypto and launched 3 pump fund meme coins in a month. Bro, all went to zero. Jeez, zilch. Lil Pump. After failing with NFTs in 2021, Lil Pump launched Lil Pump and fake tattooed Solana on his forehead for attention. Some people, by the way, called this the top signal of that mini altcoin season that happened. So there you go. 25% of the token was bundled and is now 99.6% down. And then Waka Flocka Flame. We taking this to the effing moon. Mark my words, y'all. To no one's surprise, it did not moon, but crashed to zero. 40% supply bundled again, man. Insider, that's so crazy. He wasn't too happy when he exposed the 40% supply bundled. Crazy. And then here, Cardi B, making WAP. I'm not going to say that word. Launched inspired by her hit song. She tweeted about it 20 times, which is fair enough. Good that she's sharing for it and then abandoned for it. This is why you don't trust celebrity meme coins, guys. You know what I mean? You have to go after those community-made projects. Okay, 50% of the supply was bundled and it crashed 99.6%. Good God. Oh, Haley Welch, that was one of the latest ones, launched Hawk in December, calling herself Queen of Memes. The coin quickly collapsed, guys. And when I mean quickly, it was quickly within minutes of launch, sparking controversy in the middle of an emergency space. She stopped everyone to go to bed. And I've seen that. And she has basically never came back to Twitter, only I think a few days after, actually a few days before this. And then I think she was addressing I don't know. She was addressing something because I think she's getting sued. So there's that. She gets what she deserves, guys. Okay, even if you think that she got taken advantage of, you have to do your own research. You need to understand you have people that are new to crypto. They are gonna get onboarded to crypto because of you. So it is a huge responsibility. And now their first impressions of crypto is being scammed. Well done. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Now when people think about crypto, they don't think about, it's a good solution to eliminate the middleman, to have self-custody, etc. They're going to think, oh yes, this scam is full of pump and dumps. You see? Like, it's crazy. And there's other tokens here and there. David Derulo, he mentioned Andrew Tate, which, to be honest with you, this is the one, I would actually say Andrew Tate, he's probably one of the better ones behind, celebrity meme coins, because his token daddy, I think, is doing okay and he's constantly talking about it. So I wouldn't really add him to the list of celebrity failures or anything like that. So anyways, going back to it, I want to say going to the next point, a big shout out to Bitcoinery or a Bitcoin Try. Top 5 gainers of Bitcoin Try. They mentioned PulseX, INC, and matter of fact, they have listed PulseChain and I believe the other core tokens on their exchange. They're basically kind of like a hybrid exchange where it gives you the best of both centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying big shout out to them for listing us. And of course, guys, any centralized exchange that will list us, we will support them as a community. Big shout out to them. They've had great Trustpilot reviews, so they actually are legit, or at least do seem legit. Obviously, do your own research on that part. So yeah, like this doesn't require any KYC unless you want to do leverage trading or I don't know, other stuff really. But you can connect to it with your Web3 wallet. So really interesting. Like it's a hybrid DEX and a centralized exchange. There you go. And they listed Pulse. So big shout out to them. Next up, I just wanted to say we're going to kind of do a short segment here where, I've seen this website and it's actually pretty amazing. I'm going to read through it. Okay. And it's actually to do with a token. Now, I'm not in this token actually, but, I think it deserves a shout out because it's such a bullish name. Most Wanted, Ricky. And I heard that this one's actually very bullish. You have OG Hexagons. This is exactly the type of people that you're going to be behind. I think the people behind it is Benny Blanco. People like Somi and Eric are in the Telegram group chat. I'm in the Telegram group chat, so you can go there and say hi. But yeah, this is the token that I'm going to be linking in the description if you guys want to jump into it. I'm going to keep this very transparent. I've checked the contract. It's very basic. It's the Gold Pulse Minter contract, so you're safe on that. I've checked the liquidity the liquidity pools. All of it is burnt. So this one 31% or 31k. The other ones with Hex worth around 4k roughly. Yeah, 4k, 3.2, 3k. All four of them are burnt. So that's good. The only thing is that 86% of the supply is held by Benny Blanco, I presume. People saying that he has very good reputations. A lot of the Hexagon OGs are there. He's showing that, hey, the concept of OA, like an origin address, just like how we have it here in PulseChain, is a successful model, obviously depending on who you trust it. And obviously we trust Richard Hart. So, we'll see how this one plays out. Go learn about who Benny Blanco is, go join them, go ask the questions. This is obviously highly speculative. I'm not saying sell your core bags for this. So keep that in mind. This is just for risk capital. But I want to give a review for their website. It looks pretty cool, guys. It looks pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to go over this because I might make a solo video on this. So I'm just going to read a snippet of their website, which I'm going to leave all the link in the description. Truthbehindrichardhart.com. Richard Hart, an innocent man. Richard Hart has dedicated his life to teaching others, advancing blockchain technology, and creating innovations like PulseChain that have the potential to revolutionize the financial world. Yet, despite his achievements, he's become the target of a baseless smear campaign, 100%, with accusations of a serious assault, a crime he did not commit. With a whole, 16-year-old assault. Like, what? Where did that come out? Alibi. During the time of the alleged incident, Richard Hart was live streaming with a solid alibi that disproves any involvement in the accusations. There's no evidence, no witnesses, no credible proof supporting the claim made against him. The campaign of lies. The accusations against Richard Hart are fabricated, designed to tarnish his reputation and discredit him. This is not the first time powerful individuals or entities have used false allegations to suppress truth. The Interpol red notice issued against Richard Hart is a direct example of this. And the fun fact, guys, this whole Interpol red notice stuff, this is old news. It actually goes all the way back all the way back from June of 2023. Just so you know, this is reheated news. It's so crazy. By the Twitter link Whale FUD that has FUD in their name, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Great on you, man. Richard Hart has raised 27 million for charity that went to the Sense Foundation. Richard Hart has made an enormous amount of people life-changing money. 100%. I've met some of them in real life. Minted thousands of millionaires from eHex. Richard Hart, which I believe, by the way, I'm holding eHex. I believe history will repeat itself. Guys, I believe history often rhymes. And of course, I think eHex will be one of the greatest CTO stories out there. And there's also still a small chance that Richard Hart will use the sacrifice funds to also buy back eHex. So you also never know. You also never know. Okay, Richard Hart has authored a free self-help book that contains uncommon, summarized, powerful knowledge covering many subjects in one place. So the Sci-Fi book, which I haven't finished, but let me know if you want me to make a review on it. Okay, I would love to make a review on this. Richard Hart has made one of the most decentralized peer-to-peer blockchains with no counterparty risk, middlemen, or KYC. We are the most trustless, flawless blockchain operations in the world. Richard has educated the vast majority of his followers in a way that no other crypto influencer have. And this is what I talked about. I think he knows more about Bitcoin than any other builder out there. He has taught them the fundamental principle, reasons why crypto was invented, and how to avoid making cybersecurity mistakes. 100%, which by the way, I'm working on cybersecurity course. If you do want to have a discount on that, just reach out to me. I'll give the first 15 who reach out to me. I'll give you guys 50% discount. But okay, and the next part here, the SEC protecting the status quo. Just as Interpol has been weaponized, so too has the US Securities and Exchange Commission. For years, the SEC has targeted innovative leaders like Richard Hart under the guise of regulation. But in reality, it's about suppressing disruptive ideas that challenge the establishment. A history of overreach. The SEC has been criticized for its actions against companies and individuals pushing for progress in the cryptocurrency space. But guys, I 100% been saying this. SEC has actually been stifling the crypto industry in the American market. And actually, matter of fact, we've seen this with Richard Hart, which actually lives in Finland. They have a jurisdictional overreach. Like, this is not great. You know, they've used intimidation and unfounded charges as tools to stifle competition. Well, that's exactly what I said. Stifle competition and protect traditional financial institutions. Richard Hart's PulseChain is one of the latest casualties of this overreach. Corruption and bias. The SEC has long been accused of being biased and influenced by major financial players, with Gary Gensler being the center of these allegations. Rather than protecting investors, the SEC is protecting entrenched investors. Entrenched in interest and creating an evenly playing field for innovators like an uneven playing field for creators like Richard. Guys, apologies. It is midnight. My eyes are burning. The real crime, a corrupt system. The real crime here isn't Richard Hart's alleged actions. It's the way Interpol and the SEC are being used as tools of corruption by powerful governments and financial elites. They target the innocent, tarnish reputations, and protect the interest of the powerful, all while silencing the voices of change, targeting innovation. Both Interpol and the SEC are working in tandem to block progress in decentralized finance and blockchain innovation. By attacking figures like Richard Hart, they aim to maintain control and prevent disruptive technologies that could shift power away from the traditional financial system. 100%, guys. This is what I tell people. They would prefer you to go and gamble all your life savings away in a literal casino, and they'll be fine with it. They won't try to stop you. You know, because obviously if you win, by the way, they'll take 60% of it. From capital gains. If you lose, they'll take, again, a big cut of it from the casino's income tax. So it's a win-win for them. They want you to stay in the system that they have control over. Guys, they dislike crypto. This is why we've had crypto Operation Choke Point 1.0, and now we're having crypto Operation Choke Point 2.0. They're trying to restrict with AML, KYC. They're trying to make it harder for you to use the off and on ramps, guys. This is for a reason. Come on. The Pulsechain community, Richard Hart, has built a loyal and dedicated community of supporters who believe in this vision for a better, more inclusive financial future. We stand with Richard Hart and we stand with justice. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of it if you want to read it because it's too great of a website for me to cover in this small segment. I'm going to probably make a full website review, but of course if you want to read it, I'll leave it in the link in the description. But towards the end of the video here, I just want to show you guys, this is kind of funny. Are we foreshadowing for the future? For a moment, Crypto Bubbles saw the future of PulseChain, where this is really funny. I love this, where PulseX went up, killed 2 zeros, guys. You can see that 001, 1/10 of a cent, guys. Crazy. And then here, PulseChain as well killed 2 zeros. And then here, INC going to $88. Whoa. Hold on. Breaking all-time high, because I believe INC's all-time high was 81. And then PHEX going to 65 cents, breaking EHEX's all-time high. That's actually a huge milestone. So obviously, this is probably a glitch, but it was kind of funny because it was also reflected in other like trading view. You can see PWBTC went all the way to 32,000. Hold on. Is this foreshadowing? Is this foreshadowing? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's showing that. But yeah, you can see it's kind of funny. Even, oh my God, even PDAI. Yeah, PDAI went from, whatever price it is right now, all the way to 60 cents, guys. Something is trying. Do we live in a simulation? Do you know what I mean? Like, is this actually a way of, the simulation is breaking? Oh, we had a glitch. We've seen a split second of what the future looks like. Hold on. Oh, shout out to the guy. He also follows me. So yeah, moving on. Here, PDAI has some testing going on behind the scenes, showing that it was at some point, it did a, 3.19 thousand X. Oh, sorry, 3.19,000%, 0.61. So pretty cool. But towards the final part of the video here, I just wanted to talk about, but I think, this probably will be for another video. Shout out to PWC. That's all I'm going to say. It'll probably be for another video. I just wanted to give you guys an update, my stakes that I've done for that video tutorial that I made with you guys, right? Yeah, it's actually been gaining good amounts of profits, guys. Look at this, 88 cents, 26 cents, 18. And then even down here, $2, $2.15. XYZ, like 69 cents, nice, 71 cents. Like, this is actually adding up. This is not bad. I didn't even put that much, guys. I should probably start making even more and more stakes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna make more stake ladders, pay myself, maybe one in my birthday, one in my every month as a paycheck. Hey, you never know. This is sick. I swear to God, Hex, man, like, you can go read the open source code, man. It's been doing its thing. It is designed, guys, it's a certificate of deposit. It is designed to pay you for time, guys. Which, here, let's check it out. The TSR Price, right? This is the 1 trillion share, right? Which basically, you can think of it as a token in a token. Right now, it costs $147 worth of Hex on the Ethereum side. On the PHEX side, it costs $694. And one T-share gives you 13 cents per day in the T-share payout. And you can see here for Ethereum, it gives you 3 cents per day. So it's pretty decent. Like, you can see here, obviously, if we scroll down, you can see the T-share rate, which basically is the price in Hex for how much you need to stake to, have one T-share. Again, as I said, it's the token within a token, and obviously T-share is effectively your shares of that 3.69% inflation per year printer. Like, it's so crazy. It's such a lovely design where you're owning shares, part of that money printer. Imagine, guys, we actually live in that world in real life. No, they just tell you, oh yeah, we inflated 3% when they actually inflated like 6%. They keep the 3% that we don't know about. They know about it first, so the Cantillon effect comes into play. Who really benefits from all of this? We're the bottom of that food chain where we get the realization effect, the latest, and of course they play with the benefits of that inflation. We're left with the negatives of it. Welcome to the Cantillon effect. Welcome to the fiat system, where you have your savings and your money in your bank account. You're thinking, oh, I'm saving is great for the future, and that is good, obviously, right? But what you don't know is that every year, whatever that dollar amount is worth, it's actually diminishing in buying power every single year over year as well. So 5% over 5% over 5%, over years, guys, it becomes crazy, diminishing returns, guys. So, the first solution that ever came is actually Bitcoin, the hedge against inflation. It is still a great store. It's always going to be number one store value. Guys, at the end of the day, when I describe myself, I'm definitely a Bitcoiner and I'm a Pulsechain. Okay, in the bear market, you're gonna see me owning a lot of Bitcoin, because that's what I'm gonna hold. That's what makes sense. Aside from PulseX, PDAI, PWC, and a lot of the core tokens, literally the other token I'm gonna be holding is Bitcoin and stablecoins, of course, right? So yeah, and as you can see here, the daily payout of the T share. Ethereum is they're basically both around the same. PulseChain is 7.87. Ethereum is about 8.55 hex per day, like per day. So crazy. So yeah, there's that, guys. Listen, I'm gonna end the video there. Okay. Or actually, no. One more thing I wanted to mention. Look at the Stableswap pools. Look at the APRs, guys. 17.48% APR. Talk about, like, this is a money printer, passive income machine, guys. You put in 1 million into this, $1 million, you're effectively printing yourself unlimited 170,000 yearly salary, guys. We're talking about a liquidity providing of zero impermanent loss, because these are the ESDT, ESDC, EDAI, right? It's unlimited and it's unlocked staking. Like, that's the crazy part. Welcome to PulseChain. Welcome to PulseX. We forked Uniswap and we literally made it better. Guys, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys are having a great rest of your day. You can support me. Go check out my course if you're new. My other course about security, guys. It covers everything. You guys do not want to miss out on it. I've covered a lot of the latest innovations from, those scammers getting so elaborate with social engineering. Everything starts with Telegram, but it goes way deeper than that. I covered there. Operational security in crypto is very important. But anyways, thank you very much. Do join my Telegram. Say hi. I go on there 10 plus times a day. I answer people's questions. So yeah, appreciate you. Comment down below. Share this video with your YouTube, with your crypto bros. It helps push my YouTube video and the algorithm and towards people who possibly have never heard of PulseChain, and this could be their first video. So hope you guys enjoyed the latest, greatest news of PulseChain, and take care. Always be optimistic.